Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our reading for helping me help myself, and it's just a helping yourself session. This reading, it's reasonably a new reading, and usually it's not that long because it tends to be basically straight to the point. So it's help me help myself session. Embrace being the black sheep. Embrace being you. And being true and honoring your true soul, right? Breaking free and becoming solid within, being that authentic you, basically. Okay, so we are going to start the reading out, and I always start with these cards early. I pull them before I ever start recording because then I have time to sit with them and meditate on them and read the meanings in the books and then kind of put it together for you. So the first card we got is harmony. And remember, this can be an anytime reading, right? Whenever you find it is the right time for you. So it's basically a timeless reading. The next one we have is scattered energy. And, you know, ironically enough, on my channels, or not my groups on Facebook, this scattered energy card keeps on coming up over and over and over. And the cool part about it, it just happens to be during Pisces season, which is exactly that. Or so much Pisces energy. We're not actually in Pisces season yet, but so many planets sitting in Pisces, which is watered, immutable, scattered energy. And I just couldn't believe how many times it kept on flipping out of the deck and wanting to come out for the card of the day. Okay, so now we have the Owl Spirit card. You see clearly now. Okay, so this particular combination, when it came out, I thought, oh, it's very on target for where we're sitting in the astrology. And remember, it's a timeless reading, so whenever you find this, even if it's not during heavy Pisces or Pisces season, it will still apply. So apply it accordingly, right? Because I think this particular 3 cards spread really can suit for most of us probably any given day, unfortunately. So the scattered energy, and we're just going to start with just a little blurb with actually when this actually came out. I pulled these cards a few days ago. But this particular scattered energy, I'll actually read this card to you. So you have too much on your plate and have lost your focus. This is causing you to feel exhausted and overwhelmed. Prioritize your well-being and create a new plan. Okay, so I really couldn't word that actually any better. So that is exactly what Pisces energy is. Pisces is a water sign. It's all about emotions. It's about intuition. It's a mutable sign, meaning it's scattered energy. It's here, there, all over the place. It adapts well to change. It loves change. It thrives with change. It's versatile. But remember, as much as that is a gift for a lot of us who don't like change, it can be very destructive, meaning you're here, there, all over the place, and it can literally have you running in circles, and you will literally not finish a goddamn thing, where it becomes kind of, you know, the shadow side of a mutable sign. So being flexible, versatile, change-oriented, roll with the changes is great, but when you're continuously changing, you know, by the hour each and every day, it becomes very frustrating. Okay, so this particular spread, and I just want to make a mention again, it's a timeless reading. Whenever you find it, it'll be applicable for that time zone. But where we're heading and where we're sitting right now is heavy Piscean energy. Okay, so we have Saturn sitting in Pisces, we have Neptune sitting in Pisces in the very highest degrees, which tends to play out in the shadow side before it ever corrects. We have the North Node in Pisces. We are going to be having Mercury in Pisces this week. And next week, we will actually literally be moving into Pisces season. So when that means the sun will be sitting in the sign of Pisces as well. And so this particular reading, when you see this, is going to basically take us to the very end of March. You know, it will change seasons into Aries season about 20th, 21st of March, something like that. But this is still going to hang in there. And so it's going to be the heaviest Piscean energy up until about the end of March. So just watch for scattered energy. It's very, very difficult to stay focused. You might be having trouble getting things done, chores done, completing projects or workload tasks, those kind of things. But it is a good energy. There are those of us in my younger years who didn't really like change. I discovered most people don't like to change, but it will help people who have trouble or difficulty with change. It will happen a little bit early, a little bit easier, right? But you need that healthy balance, and right now we do not have a healthy balance, and these cards are giving indication for this. Okay, so scattered energy, just essentially what that card says: you have too many irons in the fire, you have way too much going on. This can be work, this can be family, this can be children, this can be relationships, it can be projects, it can be any work-related things that you have to get done. It can relate to absolutely everything. Essentially, what it's getting at is you have way too many responsibilities, way too many tasks, just too much going on as a whole. So what do we do about that? Well, basically prioritize the importance of tasks. That's the number one help. If it's your kids or your health or those kinds of things, those are essentially your priority key things that have to be done. Anything that can really is not essential, it's not life-threatening, those kind of things, just toss them in the back seat for now, or put them on the pile. That can be done later. The non-essential pile, right? There's a high priority, essential, and then there's the non-essential. So often when I say that to people in my group, two groups on Facebook, I think it lands and it makes sense to people when I say that. Taking on too much is not a good thing, right? Besides that, it's horribly exhausting, very, very tiring energy. So whittle down the essential and take it from there, but be flexible, because we all know life, it does not go according to plan. Just because you have something that you need to get done, that's not going to happen. So the flexibility energy, that's good for a lot of us who have fixed energy, or a lot of us or most of us who don't like change. This can actually be a really, really good time zone, that you're feeling better about change, or maybe setting things aside, moving on to the next thing. Most people have difficulty with that, and so that should come a little bit easier. And harmony. So when you have scattered energy, it's not harmonious. It's not balanced. And so when we see the Ganesha, and remember, Ganeshas are all about roadblocks, removing roadblocks, tunneling through those hurdles, getting rid of the problems in life, those kinds of things. So that's essentially what the elephant or the Ganesha is known for, right? It gets rid of the problems and the hurdles and the roadblocks, and the obstacles is another good word that they like to get rid of. So this is basically saying, we found our way out. We're going to find a kind of like a piecemeal avenue to make the scattered energy a little bit more focused and not so crazy all over the place. Okay, so finding peace in life, finding harmony in life, finding balance in life, and again, that's going to be strictly whittled down by your essential tasks that you deem essential, right? Remember, that list of essentials is different for everybody, because we all live a different life. We're in a different space in life, different time in life, different age in life. Some people have kids, some people don't. Some people are retired, some people are not. So that applied that accordingly. And this is also saying finding balance and harmony in life. And that's basically taking some time for you, having some self-time, some healing time, some rejuvenation time. And for God's sakes, everybody is absolutely exhausted right now. This time zone particularly, like I said, it will be applicable whenever you find the reading. But this particular exact time zone, not only is it scattered, mutable, all over hell energy, running in circles, too much going on, we actually have Mars sitting in retrograde in Cancer. So that essentially, that Mars energy does not like being there. It's sitting in a detriment sign. It doesn't work well there. It doesn't like it there. And then in retrograde, it's like adding another detriment energy. So often when we see Mars in Cancer and it's retrograde, it makes people have no ambition. It's very, very exhausting. It's extremely tiring energy. It makes people really, really grumpy, grouchy, bitchy, angry. People are very, very emotionally angry within. Most time people just don't know why, but that's a lot of times how people feel. And you just have no ambition to do anything. So you'll have the scattered energy, which wants you to chase all over, get this done, go that way, go this way, try to do all these tasks. And you're just not feeling it. You do not have the energy to do it. And then I think it kind of turns into that mental beat yourself up. Well, I should do this. I should do that. I don't feel good enough to do it. I'm very, very tired. I'm exhausted, but you won't allow yourself time to sleep or rest. So that doesn't. And you start kind of, beating yourself up in the mental realm. And so most often it's kind of that self-destruction thinking, right? It's the overthinking, beating ourselves up because we didn't maybe accomplish the things that maybe we had on our list that day. But you know what? The reason for that is definitely the flow with the astrology. It's just like detriment. It's retarding, inhibiting energy. It's tiring. It's exhausting. We just don't have the energy to do. And again, the scattered energy can actually indicate scattered thoughts, random thoughts, things running through your head, beating yourself up, making things worse in your head than they actually are. And, it's just time to settle down, take some time for yourself, get some rest, allow yourself some time for rest. Because if it's not essential, I always like to say the list, as long as nobody's ended up in jail, nobody's ended up in the hospital, and nobody's ended up passing away or dying that day, it's been a good day. It's not the end of the world. So when I say non-essential, you know what? There is another tomorrow. There is another day. The world won't end because you didn't get a load of laundry done or you didn't sweep the floor. It's not the end of the world. So don't give yourself a hard time. Stop beating yourself up, those kind of things. And really, lots of times I get asked, what the hell is retrograde season actually good for? Well, essentially, this time zone is rest, relax, recharge, rejuvenation, and it's very, very good for self-care. So when Mars goes direct on February 23rd, then you're rested, you're recharged, and you're ready to resume, that ambition and go do those things. Be assertive about, the projects and the tasks. You're ready to get back at it, right? So it's not like fighting the system. Essentially, I tell people too, it's like, you want to always use the energy to your advantage. So if you're, working against the energy, it would be like paddling a canoe upstream in a river. Well, we all know how that goes and works. It doesn't. It's very, very tiring, right? So if you take the time to rest, recharge, rejuvenate, heal, regain health and wellness, those kind of things, and then when the energy turns around, then you're rested up and you're recharged and you're ready to go in a forward momentum, after February 23rd. So I'd like to tell people that's easier to paddle with the current in the river than up against it and wearing yourself out. But essentially, it's just you're trying to work yourself too much, work yourself to the bone. You got too much going on, and you need to start prioritizing tasks, essentially. And for whatever reason, when the owl spirit showed up, it's like, it's either when you see this reading, the light bulb's going to go off and say, hey, you know what? It's not the end of the world if this laundry doesn't get done. It's not the end of the world if whatever doesn't get done, because there is a tomorrow, there is a next day. It's not the end of the world. And then maybe finally the light bulb goes off. Those kind of things, where, maybe you just prioritize things a little bit better, and you just realize you're not Superman, you're not Superwoman, and it's certainly not the end of the world if that list doesn't get completed, right? And the other thing is, if you need help completing tasks, ask for help. Lots of times we just think we should do it all on ourselves, whatever. And you know what? Sometimes that's just not reality. There are people there, to help you out. So if you need help, ask. And also it's nice to be able to delegate some jobs and tasks. So however that would pertain to you, apply it accordingly. So, that could be in the house, the home, with the family. It could be, delegating tasks within the workforce, work area, office, those kind of things. It's like, and for this to hit like this, these particular cards out of 3 completely different decks, you couldn't get a more black and white reading. It's essentially you have too much going on. Start doing something about that crazy energy. It's very, very tiring. So whittling down, slimming down, basically whittling it down to the absolute essentials in life, and whatever can wait, you're going to figure it out and put it on weight. And that's going to bring you balance, and it's going to bring you a lot of harmony. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness. Not only that, it will bring you some self-healing and some wellness, those kind of things. And this, it's fine, like, the smarts, something went off in your head, like a light bulb moment, and you probably just thought, what the hell am I doing? You know what? There's no need for this, and the world's not going to end because something doesn't get done, So it's like seeing clearly, thinking clearly, and also something else. This, like I said, this scattered, mutable, crazy, all over the place energy will last till about, the end of March. So just have that in a frame in mind. Things will get better starting on February 23rd with the energy levels for everybody getting a little bit better. We'll feel a little bit better inside. We'll feel like we have energy to do something. And when we feel like we have energy, we actually want to do something. And when you want to do something, things get done really, really quite quickly and quite well. And also remember, I want to point out, now that I'm just thinking about this, is often when we force ourselves to do those jobs or tasks or whatever by force, even though we're tired, you have to remember our work quality sucks. The effort sucks. The results are never good. So it took me a lot of years to realize this. I always thought to myself, well, I'll have a rest and I'll have a sleep after this is done. Yeah, well, that didn't work out so well often. I did it, I completed it, but I was never happy with the results after I was done. So what the hell did I waste my time on? It took me a lot of years to figure that out. So now the work quality, the workmanship, and maybe the finished results, 99.9% of the time we're not happy with. So just keep that in mind. So, maybe if you have a few things and you're just tired, often it's just better to have that sleep. And then when you're ready to when you wake up and you're ready to do it, you're thinking clearly. You're not, running on low energy tanks, and you're not coasting on fumes, and, your thinking is better and your work quality is better. And therefore that whatever you're trying to work on or finish, the quality is there. You don't have to go back and redo it, because anytime you have to pick something apart, pull it apart to redo it, and then spend that extra time redoing something that you should have just done once, it becomes frustrating, but it's also a waste of time and energy. So apply the energies accordingly, right? And basically, I think you're being very hard on yourself, or you might have others being a little bit hard on yourself. So you know what? Sometimes people need to be put in their place too, right? You're tired. It's just the way it is. So anyway, that will pretty much wrap up our reading for this about the scattered energy. But again, the one thing I like to say, as the general rule of thumb, people do tend to have trouble with change or flexibility or versatility. So that's the one beautiful thing about Pisces energy, the scattered energy. It adds flexibility to the people who are inflexible. It's also a beautiful, creative, dreamy, inspired energy. It's musical. It's very, very artistic. And extremely intuition based. So again, pay attention to dream state, those kind of things, because often you'll see maybe a beautiful artistic idea, but you may have seen it in your dream. You may have seen it in a vision. So that's the beautiful thing about Pisces energy. Okay, so I think maybe this is kind of the reality check where you finally see clearly about you got too much going on and we need to straighten this out and simplify life. Essentially, that's it. Bring back harmony, balance, and some peace within. And again, if you're beating yourself up, do stop that, because that certainly is not helping anybody or anything. So that will conclude our reading for now. So thank you for stopping in, joining me on my channel, and take the reading as it resonates, because it's for every level of aware of consciousness, right? And apply it applicably, right? Apply it accordingly. It's a bit of a different story for all of us. We'll have different things going on in life. Anyway, so if you like the reading, claim it, seal it with a midnight kiss. And if you don't like it, remember, we can always quit. Don't have to listen. We can ditch it and leave it, right? And we're always, always, always at free will choice. So may it shine on you in a positive way. So until we talk again, wishing you health, happiness, and many mixed blessings. And stay happy, healthy, take care of yourself, and take care of each other. Bye for now.